Early on in their lives, the children of the West Bank come into direct contact with violence, hate, revenge, and sometimes with live ammunition. A few days ago, radical settlers from the orthodox Jewish settlement of Yitzhar rioted on the outskirts of the nearby Palestinian village Asira al-Kabliya. To defend his home, minibus driver Jamal Ahmed called on his neighbours for help.
Imagine the reaction of my children. There was the noise of gunfire and grenades. My daughter already gets scared if a door slams too hard, so she was completely traumatized.
Jamal's friend Qasem Saleh shows us the place where the settlers attacked. About 30 of them clashed with 60 people from the village, throwing stones at each other. 2 of the settlers used rifles. Qasem shows us the bullet holes. The house Jamal is building is close to a Yitzhar outpost, too close for the settlers. In the valley between the hilltop settlements of Yitzhar and Bracha lies the Palestinian village of Burin. 14-year-old Ahmad lives here. At school he likes maths. His dream is to become a professional footballer. But recently he watched as settlers from Bracha burned or uprooted thousands of olive trees.
I saw the settlers come down this hill. They were all over the place and started setting fire to the fields. They were there, and also over there. Afterwards, the people from our village went up to fight the fire. I saw it with my own eyes. I was standing right here.
A few days ago, Israeli security forces evacuated a number of buildings from illegal West Bank outposts. The settlers reacted by torching Palestinian fields again. Settlers say it's the price that has to be paid when they're forced to move. In Yitzhar, Orthodox Jewish settlers have set up their own private security checkpoints. The village was founded 25 years ago, and the construction work continues today. It's illegal under international law. The Israeli security forces patrol in and around the settlement, but usually they don't intervene to stop the building. 12 houses are currently going up in Yitzhar, 5 more in the nearby outposts. 10 new projects will begin soon. The settlers say they need to build to accommodate large families with sometimes 10 or 11 children. The Israeli government agrees. No halt to construction when it's for what it calls natural growth. Yitzhar recently inaugurated a large new synagogue. Our appointment with one of the local rabbis is cancelled at the last minute. Mayor Weiss jumps in. He teaches maths and religion. So why not pull out of the Palestinian West Bank and settle elsewhere inside Israel?
The first answer is a very simple answer. Look what happened in Gaza. That's the first simple answer. And the real answer is as follows. Again, this is our home. And there are some people that want to kick us out of our home. And they're starting from here, but they don't want to stop here.
Among Orthodox Jews, religious nationalists oppose the creation of a Palestinian state. Their political influence is growing. They hold more than 1/5 of the seats in the Knesset. For them, the West Bank is part of the Holy Land, promised to them by God. There's no green line, they say, in the Bible. The Green Line was drawn in 1949 to mark the armistice between Israel and its neighbours. The Red Line shows today's construction of Israel's West Bank barrier. During the prolonged occupation after 1967, nearly 500,000 Israelis settled into Palestinian territory. Such transfers of citizens into occupied territory are forbidden under international law. But Israel is facing unprecedented pressure to halt all settlement activity in and around villages like Yitzhar. In contrast to the previous US government, the Obama administration is forcing the issue, backed by Europe. Think tanks such as the International Crisis Group suggest that compensation packages encouraging settlers to leave voluntarily could have an effect. But most settlers are likely to resist. They include Noemi Malachi. A few days before her wedding, Israeli security forces destroyed her caravan.
I saw that there were loads of police and soldiers, and I knew that it was our house they wanted to destroy.
The local rabbi called on the Yitzhar settlers to build a new caravan for Noemi. When Israeli security forces again tried to demolish homes in the Yitzhar outpost, the settlers blocked their way. The police gave up. Noemi is due to give birth in a few days. She's moved temporarily back to her mother's more solid house in the village centre. So how would her family react if an Israeli government ordered all illegal West Bank settlements to be evacuated?
We would defend ourselves. We wouldn't let it happen. We wouldn't invite the soldiers in for tea. No, we'll defend ourselves, for sure.
United Nations officials report that settlers are becoming more radical. The number of attacks on Palestinians and their property is increasing. Qasem Salih works on the building site of the new mosque in Burin. It's due to be inaugurated in a month's time. But as he adds the finishing touches to the entrance, he has a good view of some Palestinian houses being built halfway up the hill towards Bracha, another Jewish settlement.
The settlers from Baracha came down that hill and started to destroy the construction site. Where they are building the house right now, they destroyed the scaffolding, ripped open the bags of cement and told the workers to leave. They scared them away.
Palestinians are calling on the European Union to put more pressure on the Israeli government. Foreign ministers from the EU's Mediterranean countries have published an open letter demanding that Israel freeze its colonies and evacuate illegal settlements. The violence isn't all one-sided. Palestinians too have inflicted their share. Last year, Qasem's 14-year-old nephew set fire to a settler's home and stabbed another boy. Yitzhar residents responded by rioting in the Arab village. A few days later, Qasem's nephew was shot dead by Israeli soldiers.
The only solution is for settlers to leave our land and to go back to their 1948 boundary. We can then live here in peace, because how could I forgive a settler who took my land? We have 4.5 hectares up on that hill. I cannot reach them. I cannot go there. They will attack me. So how I can live with them? Basically, they are living in our land. They should leave the West Bank to us, and they can go back to Israel. And maybe in that way we could live together in peace.
An agreed Israeli-Palestinian border would help, but there seems to be a lack of political will to bring it about. Meanwhile, the Israeli government is inconsistent both in its clampdown on the illegal settlements and on the violence inflicted on neighbouring Palestinians.